Good afternoon. It's been a little while. Yeah, mental health went cray-cray. And then my dad came up to stay with me for a couple weeks to get stuff all sorted. So he's back in the States. He was only gonna stay for 2 weeks, but then he caught COVID, so had to stay till he tested negative. So he ended up being here about 3 weeks. But yeah. I have been trying to write a few short stories for anthologies, but I have gotten stuck. So I have a short story for Tales from Brackish Harbor, It Came From Under the Bed, and that Azathoth anthology. So I have a video where I brainstormed the Azathoth one a couple months ago. And then I never actually started drafting it. The other two, I did start drafting, but they were turning into more of a flash piece instead of a short story. So I got stuck trying to figure out how to stretch it out and make it a short story. And yeah, so It Came From Under the Bed. I have an idea of what I want the creature to be that's under the bed, but I'm not quite sure how to pull it off. I have the main character entering their childhood home for the first time since they got removed when they were like 6. So like the parents have died, they've inherited the house, they gotta go in, go look at it, and this psychologist had said, you should probably face your demons. So he's going in the house and he's gonna spend the night in his old bunk bed on the top bunk, and in the bottom bunk, something's there. So I think it's himself when he was 6, because the fingers of a child wrap around the railing of the top bunk when the main character is half asleep and he's like freaking out. So yeah, that one I stopped. I got stuck. And then Tales from Brackish Harbor is a cosmic horror anthology, and they want it to take place on an island that was a fishing village that is failing, like it's becoming deserted in about 1920. And like off the East Coast. So I started this one and I did a lot of research on lighthouses. Oi! I wanted to take place in the lighthouse on this fishing village island. So I did research on lighthouses, and the Fresnel lens would have just been introduced to a few lighthouses during this time period, and Fresnel lenses sit on a bath of like 200 pounds of mercury so that they can spin without friction. And so apparently the old lighthouse keepers used to strain the mercury with their bare hands through leather to get impurities out and just upkeep it. And so, yeah, mercury poisoning was kind of a thing. So I want this to be more of a psychological, where it's like, is it the mercury? Is it Lovecraftian? What is happening? So I got 858 words into that one and realized this is a flash piece. And so last night on Charlie Dorset's live stream, we workshopped my piece for about 15 minutes. And we came up with some cool ideas on how to make it more of a short story. So to build up the dread and the confusion of, is this in his head? Is this not in his head? So that's what I want to do today, is work on the beginning of the piece at least and stretch it out by adding more dread and red herrings and things like that before he goes off to find the sacrifice to the lesser gods, so that the lesser gods will keep the elder gods asleep. So Tom actually came up with the idea for etched sigils in the floor of the top of the lighthouse. So if mercury beads fall, they form in the indents of these etchings, these cosmic etchings. But are they cosmic etchings, or did somebody drop something heavy there to create an indent on accident, or is there something more? So I really like that idea, so I think I'm gonna run with it and get to some drafting. Okay, so it's 6:30 at night. I did work on my lighthouse story for a little bit, and then I got distracted. I may have reopened up the web page for the Tales to Terrify. No. Yes, it is Tales to Terrify. They have a flash fiction contest going on right now, the month of May, and the theme is nautical horror, and I hadn't been inspired. And so I finally, I looked at the picture once more and was like, I can do this. So I wrote a piece and I edited it and I edited it some more, and then I let it sit aside, and then I edited it some more today, and then I submitted it. So yeah. The cap is 1,500 words, and I reached 1,309. So, ta-da! It's called Crashing Waves Over Wonderland. Scuba divers find the abandoned city that has the misnomer of Wonderland of the Sea. So, yeah, fun times. Lots of interesting creatures, like squids mixed with crabs, so fun times. And lobsters mixed with whirl sharks, so lovely, lovely times. But yeah, that has been submitted, so fingers crossed for that. And yeah, it might be time to get back to my lighthouse story, the one I was supposed to be working on all day. Alright, so it's almost 11. I got feedback from Megan about the order of my micro horror stories. So I went through and figured out what type of horror each one of them are and reordered them all. So that took a little bit. And then sent the micros off to Coffee Quills on Twitch. And she's going through and seeing if she likes the order and doing one more proofread of them all. So yeah, that's what I did this evening. Wrote a story, not the story that I set out to do, but I wrote a story, did a thing. Maybe I'll work on another one tomorrow. It's Sunday, so it's my sleep day. My computer's still talking even though it's closed. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. It's Sunday. Oh, look a mess. Did not sleep the best last night. Yeah, but got up this morning, took Roy on a walk, and fed him some food. I still need to feed me. I've just been snacking on cherries. But yeah, Black Hair Press has their anthology announced for June of 100-word stories. So it's Killer Flamingos, based off of, oh, squeaky toy. Based off of a painting that they had commissioned. So yeah, I wrote my story, my 100-word story for that anthology, and it's pretty fun. 100 words, killer flamingos. I called it zombie flamingos because, yeah, there's a zombie outbreak at a watering hole, and people underestimate birds. So that's been my morning, and I think I need to feed myself properly and take my meds, and then maybe take a nap. Good evening. It's Monday the 30th. I just got off of Glory Writes the Blues' stream, and I may have written a drabble during the 10-minute break, one of the 10-minute breaks that we had. So this one is for a Medusa publication. So they want things about immobilization and transformation, and if it has both, all the better. Yeah. So I wrote a story about someone touching something forbidden and it turns them into ceramic. So fun times. That's done, ready to be sent off once submissions open in 2 days. So that's good to go. I also found a publication that I could submit my Lighthouse story to that has a later due date than Tales from Brackish Harbor, because that due date is tomorrow and this story is not ready. It's 1,000 words, not concluded, needs a lot more build up, and yeah. So I won't submit it to Tales from Brackish Harbor, but I will submit it to Lovecraftiana instead. So, hiccup. Yeah, so that's what I did today, this afternoon, evening, whatever. Gonna eat some dinner, enchiladas, and go from there. Good morning, May 31st. Just got back from walking Roy, but I never caught you up on what I did last night. So I wrote a drabble called The Kiln of Consequence, and it is 100 words exactly that I'm going to submit to Medusa, which is a publication that specializes in immobilization and transformation stories. So this one combines them. Very fun. And then I wrote, whatchamacallit, a story that would fit in a Twitter post. So this publication wants them to be under 200 characters, not words, characters, and if you can, under 150. Mine's 172 characters about the mirror dimension, because they want it based off of scientific research and stuff, and an article about that came out on May 7th. So yeah, I wrote that, and you can submit up to 3 of those and you actually get paid. So I am going to be writing 2 more so I can submit all 3 of them once they open up to submissions again. I believe that's on the 10th. So that's what I did last night. And today, I have no idea what I'm doing besides those other 2 Twitter story length stories. So yeah, we'll see what evolves. All right, while I wait for something to do for work, I wrote the 2 other Twitter length stories. So they're both under 150 characters, but my 3 are about the mirror dimension, which is affecting the rate of expansion of the cosmos. This super tiny robot, remote controlled robot that is smaller than a flea that people have made that can actually like move and jump and walk and stuff. And the other scientific article I found that I wrote about was about warm-blooded dinosaurs. So those are the 3 scientific papers that I based these off of, and I have the email all drafted up, ready to send, but it doesn't open until the 10th, so it will live in drafts until then, and then I'll hit submit. So that's all done, and I'll just keep waiting. Okay, it's the afternoon. I have been spending my time setting up a Houdini scene for lighting for funsies to do and do some tutorials with and do some personal lighting projects for my demo reel for funsies. And I just got the call from my lead lighter supervisor dude, and it's like, we need you on the show. So I am now getting switched over to a show that I'm so excited for. I love this director. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that this afternoon, and then I will figure out what to do. So yay. Good evening. Technically it's July 2nd now, but I still consider it July 1st. Oh my goodness, amazing day. Okay, I submitted my zombie flamingo drabble to Black Hair Press. I submitted my, I submitted the Kiln of Consequence to Medusa, and I went through and re-edited and submitted Failed Harvest to Flash Fiction Online. So 3 submitted, and I got halfway through editing the last photograph, but I may have gotten distracted by doing my personal lighting project for my demo reel for funsies. So yeah, it's coming along amazingly. I'm so happy. So it's rendering right now. It's after midnight. I need to sleep, but yeah, great day, lots done. I worked the day job and I did the dishes, and Roy is like, what the heck are we doing? Why aren't we asleep? So I'm gonna call it a night, but tomorrow I may show you what I've been lighting and working on for my personal project, not for work, because no. Trying to walk, this giant stick in the way. Okay, Roy, let's go. Come on, keep going. Take your stick. Let's go. There you go. And we stopped again. Now we're moving and grooving to another stick. Good evening. It is June 2nd. Roy found some very intriguing sticks on his walk today. Multiple walks. But yeah, I have been working on my personal lighting project this evening. So it is currently rendering, so that's gonna take all night because I don't have a render farm. That's a squeaky toy, dude. Oh no. So yeah, I will insert a clip of the render once I have it in a good enough place. But yeah, it's, besides the squeaky toy, it is a turtle with a bunch of stuff on its back, including a couple characters and some lanterns that I've lit, and I am doing lightning flashes for the first version. So I have a stone Japanese lantern thing. I don't know, it was called a Japanese stone lantern on the website I bought it from, the model and the textures. But I'm using it as the source for my green light to make it more eerie. And I have lightning flashes going, and I found lightning sounds off of Epidemic Sound that I am mixing with some music to add some more atmosphere to this clip. So I think I'm gonna make it 5 seconds long, which is a long time to render on my poor computer. But yeah, I have dust particles that I have done procedurally, and I want to add the fog. So I need to find a tutorial that I can actually follow on how to get this procedural fog to work, because the one I found, it looked beautiful, but he had most of the screen showing like the render viewer and just this much showing the actual node network, and half of the nodes were off, like not even in the viewer, so I couldn't see the whole picture of what he was doing, and dude, so frustrating. But yeah, I am re-editing my flash piece that is turning into a short story of Last Photograph. I'm expanding it a little bit with more descriptions and a little bit more character, because that's what my personalized rejection said, and now I don't have to adhere to their 1,200 word limit, which is exactly where it was, like word on, exactly at the limit. So now I don't have a limit, so expand away. So all in all, it's been an amazing day, and I'm should probably go to bed soon. See, we're at 63 out of 72 frames for the dust layer, so maybe I'll wait for, I'll need to wait for that to finish before I launch the actual character layer to render. So that's what I'm gonna do. Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, June 5th. I have just submitted 5 pieces to different anthologies and magazines. Fingers crossed there. I submitted Tentacles and Boomboxes, Carbogen, and Locks of Bro, and North Star, and something else. Rorschach. There we go. Yeah, so I submitted 5 pieces, and all different publications, and all different lengths of response times and payments. So yeah, we'll see. Today was interesting. I got up, put a dress on, took Ray for a walk, laid down, slept for 5 hours, got up, ate some food, worked on my personal lighting project a little bit more, read more from a book, Lighting for Animation, and then slept for another 5 hours. So I don't know what's up with me, but yeah, so I have gotten stuff done a little. Yesterday was amazing, and I did an interview for my podcast with DL Tillery, and that went really well. And I don't know, today's been a blah day, but pulled myself together, did the submissions, because I got a rejection today for Tentacles and Boomboxes. They praised the piece, but it wasn't for their it wasn't for their magazine. So that one was for Lolcraft, so it was comedy Cthulhu, but yeah, so I guess mine was too serious. But yeah, fun times, and I think I'm gonna call it here for this vlog and start fresh on Monday. But yeah, not too shabby. I've gotten some pieces written, gotten some pieces submitted, and I'm doing great on my personal project. I will put in, I'm not sure how to do this because it's still rendering, my computer is still chugging, so I'll just hold my phone up to my laptop and show you a frame. So this is what my personal project looks like so far. And of course, there are all those strange lines because I'm filming a screen. But yeah, that's my little turtle dude. I bought the models but I've been doing all the lighting myself, and that is a JPEG in the back of a sky that I found on Unsplash, and then I've just been tinkering with it to make it fit in with what I have. So yeah, this is Project Journey. Oh hey, the lion's going away. Yeah. So there are lightning flashes that will be happening, but fun times. I will be on the Worldwide Write-a-thon in June, in this month, so hopefully I will have another video out before then, but if not, I will see you there, and have all the fun.